Hello, hello. It is Gina Tallison here, surrendering to the universe and raising my vibrations. And what does that even mean? Well, let me try and explain. It is Thursday, the 25th of July, 2024, and I have been experimenting a little bit with just surrendering, letting go, and relaxing, I guess. In the last couple of weeks, I've been invited to take a break. And I think since I started my conscious journey, my spiritual awakening, which was about 7 years ago, it's been pretty intense. And my journey has taken me on a path that's encouraging me to make decisions that are right for me. So up until that point, up until October-ish of 2017, I think it was, I was very much in the passenger seat of my own life. And something happened then, or a number of things happened then that led me to take more control. And there was a lot not going right in my life. I wasn't happy in a lot of aspects, not all aspects, but a lot of aspects. And it felt like life was passing me by. I was in my late 30s, and no, I wasn't. I was in my late mid 40s. I was 46. And it felt like I was watching life go by for other people. And it was going by for me as well, but I wasn't fully participating in it. I wasn't engaged in my own life, and that sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? But that was how it was feeling for me. I knew I wasn't happy. My health was deteriorating. I didn't realize probably how bad it was deteriorating, but it was. So my diagnosis with MS had happened some years before, but I'd managed to sort of keep it at bay. But it was coming along now to give me a bit of a nudge that things needed to change. And it was at that time that I really embraced the world of personal development, the world of spirituality. I paid money for my first online course, which taught me about the law of attraction. And from there, really, I never looked back. But 7 years later, I would love to tell you, I've sussed it all out. I know it all. I can manifest my dreams. I'm still learning. We are all still learning. But over the last couple of weeks, I have taken a step back from my business a little bit. My business, as much as I love it, it's like a all-consuming hobby. And while it's enjoyable and I know I'm helping people and I'm helping myself, it's not doing what a business should, which is make money. And sometimes it feels like I'm pushing a noodle, trying to get it somewhere where it doesn't want to go. So I am experimenting with this idea of surrender. And in the world of spirituality and healing, the word surrender comes up a lot. But what does that actually mean? Surrender in the world of war means I give up. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. But in the world of spirituality, it doesn't mean to give up. It means to let go of the need to control. And that is not easy because we're taught in this world to make things happen, to to get a goal and go for it, be successful. And successful usually includes making, money and living in a nice house and driving a nice car and doing all those things. And interestingly, yeah, I live in a nice house. I am driving a nice car. Not making not making any money. But hey, I'm surrendering. I'm surrendering. But the last couple of weeks, I've just let go of the busyness that I was doing with my business, of trying to make it all happen, trying to make it all work, and just getting a bit tired, really. So I recognized that I was getting tired. Other people in my circle had recognized it as well, and given me that suggestion, that invitation, that actually if you just had a little pause, what's going to happen? So I'm having a little pause, sort of having a little pause. And the other thing that I talk a lot about as well, and I'm learning a lot about, is the idea of vibration. Because what we vibrate out using our thoughts and using our feelings. So what we vibrate out, we attract back in again. So if we're feeling frightened, if we're feeling lacking in love, if we're feeling lacking in money, that is going to radiate out and it's going to come back in. The challenge is, how can you feel differently to what you are experiencing right now? So if I use my example of my challenging legs, and they're really heavy. So I wake up in the morning. I usually wake up in the morning needing a wee. So the first thing that I have to do it's not very often I have the privilege, really, just to lie in bed for a little while still awake before I need to go to the toilet. Because if I could do that, then maybe I could get my vibration in a good place before I need to move. Because as soon as I have to move, I'm reminded of the physical limitations of my current reality. And when I'm reminded of that, immediately my energy goes into frustration, a little bit of fear, a little bit of, what's the word? Just, it's still there. That tiredness, that feeling of nothing's changed. It's still the same. And how can I change the vibration straight away? So I'm immediately, instead of feeling the frustration of I can't physically get out of bed and I need a wee, to the world is great, and tap into the vibration of my future self. And that is what I'm working on at the moment. And this morning I came up with a little prayer. I'll share it. It's too far away for me to reach, but it was, let me see if I can remember, questions around in what many ways can I experience pleasure today? That is a good question to start off with. This was after I've been to the toilet and sorted myself out. I just hastened to add, and started the morning, looked out the window. I looked at my guinea pigs. They always give me pleasure. And I'll tell you more about those in a minute, because, they've given me so much pleasure today. So in what many ways can I experience pleasure today? And that just gets your brain starting looking out and expecting to see many ways that you will experience it. Oh, the dog's barking at something. And my other question was, in what many ways will I shush, Sophie? Will I experience it? I can't remember what it was said. In what many ways will I experience my healing? I should remember all these things, shouldn't I? Shoulds. There's no such things as shoulds. I have it on my Patreon account. So if anybody, I share things with my Patreon people a little bit earlier than I share it on YouTube. So if you want to join my Patreon account, I'll leave the link below. But let me just find it is, because it can just change your vibration. I promise you it will. Let me find my little prayer to start the day and to start shifting the vibration to where you want to be. So here we go. In what many ways can I experience pleasure today? In what many ways can I acknowledge my healing today? What many signs can I receive from my guides and angels today? So this is another thing that ever since I started on this spiritual path, and I first discovered the idea of channeling and first listened to Esther Hicks talking, where I was blown away and thought, what is this all about? And looked her up and realized that she's challenging messages from a consciousness that is outside of her. And I was just, yeah, I want to channel. I want to channel. And up until now, it's not really happened for me. I'm not saying I'm channeling right now because it doesn't necessarily feel like that, but I am looking out for signs. And yeah, there's been many in what I've listened to and what I've found and what I've heard, and the story of my guinea pigs, which I will tell you in a minute. So in what many signs can I receive from my guides and angel today? And then I say thank you, thank you, thank you for the amazing love-filled life adventure. And when I say that, I feel truly, truly grateful because my life is amazing. And I was listening to James Wedmore podcast today, which I've now got synced into my new car. I'm not sure how I did it, but it works whenever I go in now. He just comes on my player as a podcast, which is really cool because I love his work. And he was talking, there's a group of them talking about how they developed their intuition. And one of the things which I really loved the idea of, I can't remember, I think it was his sister or his girlfriend, said that they did this exercise where when they woke up in the morning, she was 30 at the time, she decided that it was as if when she went to sleep last night, it was her 80-year-old self has gone to sleep, and when she wakes up, she'll be in her 30-year-old self body. It will be the best day of her life, but she won't remember why it's the best day of her life. She just knows she's going to wake up in a 30-year-old body after being 80, thinking this is going to be the best day of her life, but not sure why, and then looking out for reasons to be the best day of her life. And I'm like, that sounds like a really cool game to play. So that's what I'm going to be playing. So I sort of started playing with it a little bit. And this morning started off really well. So I went outside and fed the guinea pigs. And my guinea pigs are called Jerry and Esther, after Jerry and Esther Hicks. And Esther is pregnant, or she was pregnant. And they run around my garden. One of my top values is freedom, and I want my guinea pigs to run around my garden. I don't want them to be caged and stuck in a cage that we have to clean out, and they're living, they dance around the garden, they mow my lawn for me, they've got a little den to hide in, and then I've got a little feeding station where I come out and feed them, and they know that I come out. So I came out with the leaves and sat on the chair next to them and watched them. And I looked at Esther and thought, you don't look as big as you were. So I went and they're living in it. It's a tray. It's an upside down tray, a deep tray that they've got a hole that they can run in and out of. So I sort of went down on all fours and lifted the tray, and there's two little baby guinea pigs under there. And then because I'd lifted the tray, one of them escaped. So I had to quickly go. I was then literally crawling around on my hands and knees and caught one, and the other one escaped to the other side of the garden. So I crawled over and caught that one. Luckily, they're not as fast as the big ones, and I put them back. And I sort of left them to it. Then I was going off to Tai Chi. So I went off to Tai Chi, and when I came back from Tai Chi, I had to look. I lay down on the floor and just lifted it up slightly. And there was only one in there. There was only one baby. And I looked around in all the obvious places, couldn't see, them anywhere else. I just had a look and couldn't see them anywhere else. So I was worried that maybe, I don't know, do guinea pigs eat their babies? I don't think they do. On occasion, maybe I've read it somewhere, sometimes they might do, but I don't think they do. So I didn't know, but one of them had definitely disappeared. And so that was a bit sad. And then I went about my day, left the guinea pigs to it, and I went out about tea time. Tim came round to drop off a plant and had popped in and said he'd seen a cat sitting outside the tray, looking at the tray, waiting, because Sophie was inside and I'd shut the door. So he obviously chased the cat away. The other pigs were okay, but still no sign of the second one. So I'd just assumed that a cat must have come in, even though I'd not seen any cats. But they must know that they're there now, and come in and took my little baby guinea pig. That was quite sad. So then we thought, well, before the cat comes back, so now the cat knows they're there, let's cage them for tonight, put them in the cage, and then at least we'll know they'll be safe tonight, and then see what we can do with them. And I had another box, an upside, or a box on its side, a crate that they could go in. I lifted the crate and the little baby guinea pig was squashed underneath the crate. It just must have crawled under there and then got stuck. So he's still awake, he's still alive, but he didn't look very lively. So anyway, we've caught them all up, we've put them all in a cage, we've reunited the baby with his mother, and I'm just hoping and praying that both the babies are going to be absolutely fine. And so yeah, that's totally filled me with joy, and it feels like the best day of my life. So what can you take from this to help you move forward in your lives? Because no matter what challenges are going on, whether they're health challenges, whether they're relationship challenges, whether they are money challenges, they tend to be the big three challenges. You've also got career challenges, friend challenges, family challenges. There's lots of other challenges. Whatever your challenges are, I invite you to shift how you feel about them. Either take your mind away from them altogether and focus on what you would like to have happen, what the good things are going on in your life, to actually raise your vibration. It's all about vibration. This is what I've learned right from the beginning, but actually practicing raising your vibration when you're feeling low, when you're, we tend to be conditional. We look at our conditions and that keeps our vibration where they are. We look at our health, and if our health's not where we want it to be, it keeps our vibrations low. If we look at our bank account and our bank account's not where we want it will be, it keeps our vibrations low. So how can we shift that and just move it up a tad? And that is the work that I'm doing. That is the work that I'm practicing every day. And at the moment, I'm letting go of my business a little bit, just a little bit. Don't think it's going anywhere particularly, but I'm just giving myself a bit of a break because I've got the new car and that has taken a lot of time and energy, massive learning curve. I've got two new baby guinea pigs and I want to go and spend time and just watch them and just enjoy them and raise those vibrations, raise them up. So that's what I invite you to do. Find something that you love. And at the moment, the weather's good, even though it might not be quite as sun-like as we like. You can sit outside in comfort. You can look at your plants growing. You can see wildlife, nature doing its magic. And you can just decide to enjoy that moment. So I invite you to say to yourself, in what many ways can you experience pleasure today? And aim to raise that vibration just a little bit. If you want to get in touch with me or find out anything about my coaching, then I don't know, get in touch, comment, just say hi. I don't know what's going to happen with my business. I don't know what's going to happen in anything with my health, with my guinea pigs. And I'm okay with that because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning thinking that it's going to be my best day ever and looking out for signs that it is. And I invite you to do the same because it's just much more enjoyable, much more pleasurable. And I will see you again soon. Thank you very much.